Anak Medan Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pertama-tama sekali Medan nak minta maaf kepada 3C kerana terlewat untuk masuk kelas hari ni. Okey, biasalah bila work from home ni, dia punya cabaran tu berbeza. Anak mengamuk, merengek, Medan pun tak tentu harah dia. Okey, terima kasih semua. So, hari ini kita akan mulakan dengan presentation oleh grup Hanim semua tu, okey, yang membawa tajuk Functions of Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Okey, kita boleh start kot. Medan rasa sebab semua dah masuk kan? Okey, semua Medan kena tutup ni. Tutup suara.
Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. So today we will be presenting our government and politics group assignment titled Functions of Yang di-Pertuan Agong as Malaysia's Head of State. So please let us know if you guys have any questions about this presentation. Thank you. Who is Yang di-Pertuan Agong? Yang di-Pertuan Agong, or YDPA, is a position held by the elected monarch which carries significant powers in the country. However, the YDPA's functions and actions must be regulated by the national constitution. Actually, monarchy has existed in the social system in the Malay states for centuries. The king or sultan played an important role in the system of government in Malaya. Before the arrival of the colonizers, the Sultan played an important role in politics, economy and social, but British conquest in Malaya has diminished the Sultan's power. Instead, the British began to play a role in politics, economy and society. Although the Sultan's power has decreased, the Sultan remained an important element in the system of government in Malaya. A constitutional monarchy is one in which the government combines elements of traditional monarchy with democratic parliamentary administration. The monarch and the parliament are both bound by the constitution, with the monarch posing as the head of state and the parliament holding legislative authority. Furthermore, the YDPA has supremacy over everyone in Malaysia, enjoys immunity in official matters, and cannot be prosecuted in any court other than a special court of rulers. The constitutional monarchy system defines the balance of rights and obligations between the king and the people, ensuring the community stability and prosperity. The YDPA is in charge of protecting the interests of all sectors of Malaysian society, especially Malays' privilege, which has been said in Article 153.
The first function of Yang di-Pertuan Agong is Yang di-Pertuan Agong as the head of religion. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong appoints the chairman and members of each council. He also appointed the state mufti in each of the states. There is one Islamic Affairs Council which has jurisdiction for the 3 federal territories. The council is also appointed by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. This is because they are the head of religion in their respective states and is responsible for maintaining the religion of Islam, as well as any amendments to be made to the religion of Islam must be approved by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. The rationale for the role of the Conference of Rulers in this matter is institutional, only emphasizing the question of state administration. Thus, in the case of religious matters, it is left to be controlled by a monarchical institution. This is as agreed upon during drafting a constitution in which the rulers allowed the declaration of Islam as the federal religion, having been assured that it would not affect their position as the head of religion in their respective states. Islam is the religion of federation and at the same time also gives non-Muslims the right to practice their religion in peace and harmony in Malaysia. While for something that covers the whole of the federation in relation to Islam, then the Yang di-Pertuan Agong will represent the rulers after approved by the Conference of Rulers. In addition to the position of the kings, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong is the head of religion of Islam for the state that rule by appointed governor, and that is Melaka, Pulau Pinang, Sabah, and Sarawak. For the territory federal, Parliament can make laws with respect to Islamic affairs and establish a council to advise the Yang di-Pertuan Agong on Islamic matters.
The legislative power of the Federation is vested in the Parliament, which consists of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong and two council, the Dewan Negara and the Dewan Rakyat. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong, as part of the component of Parliament, has the following powers. First, call Parliament to meet from time to time. Second, dismiss and dissolve Parliament. Third, give a speech in any session of Parliament. Fourth, approve the bill. The Yang di-Pertuan Agong has an important function in the judiciary. Among the responsibilities of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong are: first, appoint the Chief Justice of the Federal Court, President of the Court of Appeal, Chief Justice of the High Court in Malaya, Chief Justice of the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak, Supreme Court Judges, Court of Appeal Judges, and High Court on the advice of the Prime Minister after consultation with the Conference of Rulers. Second, appoint any person qualified to be appointed as a High Court Judge to be a Judicial Commissioner, having powers as a High Court Judge on the advice on the Prime Minister after consultation with the Chief Justice of the Federal Court, a temporary step before permanent appointment as a High Court Judge. Third, extend the service of judge who is over 65 years of age. However, the extension of the service does not exist 6 months after reaching the age of 65 years. Fourth, the Yang di-Pertuan Agong, in accordance with Article 150 of the Federal Constitution, may issue a declaration of emergency when he is satisfied that a major emergency is occurring, such as security, life, economy, or civilian military in federation or the state in under threat.
Okay, I will continue with a function of Yang di-Pertuan Agong, which is in appointing Prime Minister, judges, and also the Cabinet. The first point is the Yang di-Pertuan Agong shall appoint a Cabinet of Ministers to advise him carry out his function. The Cabinet is the body that exercises the executive power held by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. The YDPA shall appoint a line of Cabinet Ministers to advise him in matter of carrying out his duties in accordance with Article 43 of the Federal Constitution. The Cabinet is also responsible for making the supreme policy of the country and also formulating government policy in all matters. In addition, the Prime Minister is the head of the Cabinet appointed by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong for the member of the Dewan Rakyat. He must also be elected based on the members of the House of Representatives who have the support of the majority of the members of the House. If he fails to get a support from the Cabinet's member, the Prime Minister has to resign. For example, our former Prime Minister, which is Muhyiddin Yassin, who has resigned after 15 UMNO members withdraw support for him, and the National Alliance government even doubt the country is in a situation which is difficult in dealing with COVID-19 infection. The next point is Chief Judge of the Supreme Court and the Judge of the High Court. The YDPA is also responsible for appointing the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court and the judges of the High Court. The Supreme Court has a clear function in creating a fair application of the law for society. In this case, there are several functions of the Supreme Court that we need to be aware, which is the function of judiciary, the function of supervision, the function of regulation, and also the function of administration. The High Court is the third highest court in the court hierarchy, after the Federal Court and also Court of Appeal. Article 121 of the Malaysian Constitution provide that there are two High Court of the coordinating jurisdiction, which is the High Court in Malaya and also the High Court in Sabah and Sarawak. The next is Cabinet, is the highest body that exercise executive power that I already said. It also advises YDPA in carry out its duties. YDPA may appoint members of the Cabinet after consultation with the Conference of Rulers. The Conference of Rulers is an official body established in accordance with Article 38 of the Federal Constitution of Malaysia as a place for the ruler and the Yang di-Pertua to meet and discuss relevant matters. Next is the process of electing the Prime Minister under the jurisdiction of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. It's ruled by Article 32, which requires that there are a head of state for the federation. Article 39, which is federal executive power, and the last Article 41, supreme government.
The function of YDPA in the Parliament. First, Yang di-Pertua Agong, also known as Supreme Leader or King, is the constitutional monarchy and head of state of Malaysia. The office was established in 1957 when the Federation of Malaysia gained independence from United Kingdom. According to Article 41 of the Constitution, Yang di-Pertua Agong is the Commander-in-Chief of the Malaysia Armed Force. As such, he was the highest ranking officer in the military command. Second, Yang di-Pertua Agong has full power to choose whoever he wants to be Prime Minister. As long as there are no party gain majority of votes and it is not bound by outgoing Prime Minister decision. But that does not give him the right and authority to fire the Prime Minister. Third, 40 members of the Senate are appointed by the YDPA because they are represent a particular social class interest, including representation of minority. These experienced and talented people are appointed to the Senate without going through the electoral process. Fourth, the King also appointed 2 senators to represent the Federation Territory of Kuala Lumpur, one from Labuan and one from Putrajaya. This provision enabled the Federation function of the Senate to be represented by the state to protect the interests of individual states and to protect their rights. One of the reasons the Senate was created was to ensure that parliamentary democracy could be achieved to its full effect despite the flaws in the very concept of democracy. The best explained when there are certain interest groups that not represented by election, whose interests may not be heard, taken to account. This problem is common in context of multicultural and multiracial communities in Malaysia, as some industry group may be overlooked.
So in conclusion, it is obvious from the above explanation that the institution of the king changed from absolute monarchy to constitutional monarchy. The King's institution has its own set of values and significance, but the current constitution limits the power of the King. However, due to his position and power, the YDPA's role remains important. Although in recent times, there have been certain groups and individuals who have attempted to create a negative perception of the King's institution, for example, an insultation statement from social media. This kind of crime should be considered as serious violation and should be punished accordingly. As a result, it is necessary for our society to understand the King's institution in our country in terms of respect. Furthermore, as highlighted in the previous paragraphs, the YDPA has a significant role and function in our nation, especially his role as head of Islam, function in legislation, his power to appoint Prime Minister, judges, and cabinet, as well as his position in Parliament. Thank you.
Okey, terima kasih untuk grup yang di Pertuan Agong. Okey, okey, komen madam. Okey, first madam nak tanya satu soalan je lah, satu soalan saja ya. Do you think that yang di Pertuan Agong is very important in our political system? Important or not? Mana kumpulan ada tak group members? Do you think that yang di Pertuan Agong's role in government in political system of Malaysia, of our country, is important or less important or what? Okay, can you give comment lah sedikit? Okay. Okay, ada tak group members? Assalamualaikum. Ada ke ahli grup ni? Cuba jawab sikit. Okay, tak apa, madam menunggu. Kok kamu nak bincang ke? Adakah jawapan? Nak main kat luar boleh?
Ni lah yang bunyi.
Sikit. By the way, so but more than boy, kau main lagi.
Ni macam mana?
Okay. Mana baca dah. Okay, so my opinion ataupun sebenarnya yang di Pertuan Agong dan Perdana Menteri ni kita tidak boleh samakan lah sebab mereka mempunyai mereka mempunyai fungsi yang berbeza. Okay, mereka mencakupi peranan yang berbeza. So kalau kita tengok semasa krisis politik Malaysia yang berlaku dalam tahun ini dan tahun lepas, masa tu kita nampak bagaimana peranan yang di Pertuan Agong. Kamu kena faham, nanti masa PAD 240 kamu akan belajar what are the functions of the YDPA, because you have to understand. Apa pula memang kamu PAD 240 lah. So yang dah kamu belajar, so maknanya kita nampak secara clearnya yang YDPA sebenarnya adalah dia duduk dalam eksekutif. Okay, baginda duduk dalam eksekutif, baginda juga duduk di dalam legislatif. Okay, dan hakim juga dan pelantikan hakim juga adalah sebenarnya dibuat oleh yang Pertuan Agong. Walaupun kita tidak boleh membandingkan orang kata roles antara Perdana Menteri, because Perdana Menteri hold the nominal power, the real power, while yang di Pertuan Agong hold as a real and nominal power lah, tapi masing-masing ada peranan especially kita dapat lihat bagaimana peranan agung, bagaimana peranan istana negara dan bagaimana peranan Majlis Raja-Raja Melayu apabila berlakunya ketidakstabilan politik dalam negara kita baru-baru ni. Okay, komen madam. Okay, madam suka how your video was, maknanya orang kata videonya sangat kemas, ada poinnya. Cuma Madam rasa akan lebih bagus, better lagi. Dah bagus, okay. Kalau kamu letakkan gambar yang di-Pertuan Agong supaya kita boleh nampak. So bila kamu tengok sebagai raja, sebagai komander, kamu boleh letakkan gambar-gambar yang berkaitan lah. Okay, so the video is very colourful, but then if you could add some pictures, images regarding yang di Pertuan Agong, lagi mantap lah. Okay, so madam akan mula memberi markah. Alright, so kita tengok markah pelajar-pelajar kita. Alright, so okay, tahniah madam ucapkan kepada Fatisha Najwa, Nurin Natasha, Hanin Sofia, Fatih Nadiah dan Nur Ain Suraya. Okay, sebab orang kata okay lah, buat kerja yang kemas kan. Orang kata point tu Madam nampak. Cuma itulah sikit-sikit Madam kata tambahkan sedikit gambar yang berkaitan. Okay, so Madam akan bagi markah secara total. So for the introduction, yes, I see the introduction. And then I can give you kejap. Siapa pula?
Ni ada.
Oh, aiskrim. Okay.
Aiskrim.
Okay,
Bukan
introduction.
aiskrim. Cookie. Cookie. Maksudnya cookie. 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 Cookie.
Okay, konsep.
Cookie.
Okay, konsep pun Madam boleh nampak lah. Okay, dia jelaskan. Transition pun kita nampak butang bawah tu. Next. Conclusion. Conclusion macam pendek sikit ke macam mana? Nampak lah. So, secara general ni berapa dia nak bagi 5 ke? 4 ke? 4 lah. Kalau kamu letak gambar YDPA tu lagi Madam suka. Okay. Cetak gambar yang berkaitan. So 5, 10, 15, 23 per 25. Okey lah tu. Kan 23 per 25. So it means that online. Okey lah. So okay, happy group ni?
Happy madam. Thank you.
Alright. Okay, so untuk janganlah orang kerja ni untuk report minggu depan boleh hantar. Okay, yang grup minggu lepas dah hantar ke? Kalau hantar boleh hantar dalam ni lah report. Okay. Folder marks assignment. Kita report lah. Okay, boleh letak kat dalam ni. Grup minggu lepas, grup apa? Grup Dewan Rakyat kan? Betul tak?
Ya, madam.
So, cek. Sorry. Ni lah. Marks for group assignment. Okay. So, sini kita buatlah grup yang itu Dewan Rakyat, betul tak? Dewan Rakyat. Okay, letakkan kamu punya markah semua dalam ni. And then yang di Pertuan Agong. So letakkan kamu punya rubrik tu nanti kita akan letak sekali lah. And then letak sekali. Okay, letakkan sekali report. Dewan Rakyat bila nak hantar? Grup Dewan Rakyat bila nak hantar?
Nanti, madam.
Kena hantar tu. Okay, so itu satu. Okay, alhamdulillah lah kita dah settle 2 presentation. Okay, kalau grup sebelah belum lagi. Okay. Okey, untuk latihan. Okey, kamu dah belajar sampai chapter berapa dah? Chapter berapa dah?
Ke-6, madam.
Oh boy, bunyi motor. Takut madam. Bunyi nombor chapter 6 dah. Alhamdulillah kan. Okey, saya tengok madam tengok ramai yang masih tak hantar lagi ni. So berapa grup ni? 3, 6, 9 orang saja. So boleh ke kalau madam minta chapter 4 dibuat ni dengan seberapa segera, boleh ke? Kita nak bincang ni kalau macam ni. Okay,
Boleh, madam.
Chapter 3 ramai dah sikit. Okay. Nanti madam akan bagi letak jawapan kat sini. Chapter 2 dan marking dah. Okay. Chapter berapa yang kita tak ni lagi, yang kita tak tanda lagi?
Chapter 3.
Chapter 3 dengan chapter 4. Tapi ni dah siap belum? Korang satu kelas ada berapa orang? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16 orang. Yang lain mana tak hantar lagi? Macam mana ni? Okay. Sekejap dia tengok. Tengok dia risau tu. Maya anak madam letak Quran, bacaan Quran pula, sumaknya tenang. Okey, kejap madam cari jap. 240 modul. Kita tak bincang lagi chapter 3
Ya, madam.
Alright, kita bincang lah. Sikit-sikit ada masa terlebih ni. Dia takut apa? Itulah madam sebenarnya nak buat test. Tapi test pula ada chapter 8. Jadi ke chapter 8 tu kita pun tak belajar lagi. Jadi kita hold lah dulu, boleh ke?
Boleh, madam.
Alright, lagi bagus madam, kita pun pening nak test. Alright, tengok kejap. Chapter 3. So far korang dah chapter 6, okey lah. Kena bincang, tak bincang lagi ke? Kita bincang baru separuh. Eksekutif. Okay, boleh tanda Tanya macam mana yang tak buat lagi tu. Geram madam. Shhh. Apa tu? Oh, mata katak. Okay, chapter 3 kita belajar tentang legislature. Korang ada kelas ke lepas ni? Ada kelas ke?
Pukul 2. Madam.
Tak ada?
Tak ada.
Madam buat 15 minit je. Boleh tak lebih 15 minit? Lepas tu kelas terusnya pukul berapa?
Pukul 2.
Kedua. Okay, sekejap madam buat sampai 15 minit. Sekejap Okay, legislature is the A or B? Kelas A ke B? The answer is A. Legislature is the first government body. Okay, number 2. Legislature is also known in some country as legislature apa? A ke B? Cepat korang, cepat.
B. Parliament.
Yes. Parliament. Very good. Okay. Legislature is responsible to execute laws or formulate policies. Number 3. A or B? 3. The answer is B. Number 4. Okay, korang madam geram dah ni. Tak siap lagi. Okay, madam nak dalam masa 15 minit. Boleh tak korang siapkan? Ni cakap seorang je ni. Okay, boleh ke kalau siapkan chapter 3 dengan chapter 4? Chapter 3 tu kena siap.
Boleh, madam.
Kenapa tak siap? Madam mak ni. Madam malas nak marah. Tapi kalau tak siap macam ni, macam mana? Okay, boleh tak siapkan chapter 3 dengan chapter 4 segera? Segera sebelum habis masa. Soalan tu sikit je. Lagipun A dengan B je. Buat sekarang. Madam akan check terus Google Drive. Boleh
Boleh, madam.
Dia cakap seorang je. Ya Allah. Hai. Okay, buat sekarang.
Boleh,
alright,
madam.
Sekarang Okay, Assalamualaikum. Segera.
Abang. person digena